Good morning, Year 9, and hope all is okay with you and your families in this current lockdown situation we find ourselves in. Mr. Hine, Mrs. Wood, Mrs. Miles, your form teachers and wonderful teachers have been doing an excellent job supporting you through this lockdown with schoolwork and supporting how you're feeling in your well-being. I bet you never thought you'd be spending school time in lockdown in your own homes. And I certainly never thought I'd be doing your options process virtually. And can I just say a big thank you to everyone, because you made that such a smooth process for me by following the links and doing online. And I will be contacting parents in the coming weeks just to confirm a few things once we know where we are with back to school, etc. But just a huge thank you to me and to your parents for that. But when we say I bet we never thought, I've often said that lately about negative things. Bet never thought I couldn't pop down to the village to see my parents. They literally live 3 miles down the road. Bet I never thought I could just pop into a shop quickly and grab what I need without worrying about who I'm going to bump into. Have I gone down the right aisle, etc. But what I wanted to do today was focus on those things that actually are good things, are positive things, those things that we bet we never thought we'd have time to do or the opportunity to do since we've been on lockdown, and just see if there's anything that we've done differently.
Hi, good morning all. It's Mr. Savory here from home, which is very unusual. As we're getting used to it, it still feels a bit strange. I think, like lots of you, a little bit surprised to get 2 weeks off before Easter, but thought perhaps that would be the end of it. Unfortunately, it seems to be going on and on. I think we're on something like week 10, week 11 now, and it is for me. It still seems rather strange. I hope you're keeping well. I hope your families and yourself are safe. Hope you're keeping yourself occupied, doing a little bit, whether it be a bit of fitness or a bit of schoolwork or just enjoying the sunshine. What I've decided to do is just a little bit of reflection, really. During the past 10 weeks, it's given us an opportunity to have a look at where we're at. So what I've done is looked at some positives and some negatives of this whole situation. Now, for me personally, the biggest positive is spending time with family. Now, that can obviously be a negative as well. And after 10 weeks, it's probably 50-50. But I have enjoyed seeing my two girls for a lot of time, and my wife, so that's been a positive for me. Also been a time to get jobs done with those little things that you promise you're going to do, but you never get around to it because, let's be honest, we're all so busy. So trying to tick them off the list has also been a positive. Take stock about what's important. I think it's so important that we do that. We all set goals, whether it's GCSEs, whether it's key stage 3 results, literacy and numeracy scores, etc. But sometimes it's to take stock about where we actually are and what's really important in our lives. So I think over the last 10 weeks I've done a little bit of reflect on that as well. It's also made me very grateful for things that I personally have taken for granted and just assumed they're always going to be there. I think it's excellent the way that everybody's responded for the NHS with regards to the Thursday night clapping. Not just the NHS, care workers, people that we take for granted, care workers, NHS, bin collections, people that keep the streets clean, supermarkets, lorry drivers, etc. All those people, until this lockdown, we took for granted. So I think it's important that we keep that going even when we come out the other side of COVID-19. And hopefully they get rewarded for their hard work. Also, the positive has been the weather for me. I think it's been absolutely beautiful. I think it's made this terrible process a little bit easier. I think during the 10 weeks that we've been off now, I think we've seen 2-3 days of rain, which has made going in the garden, a bit of fresh air, doing your daily exercise, going out, for me it's walking the dogs, etc., quite pleasant. I'm very fortunate to live on a mountain, therefore I got easy access to those sort of things. So again, very, 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 very beneficial for myself is to appreciate where I live, which I think I was taking for granted in this 10-week lockdown. It has made me appreciate one of those things as well. Also, finally, one of the other things I appreciated is my job, really, because when you reflect, you spend time away for something, you do realise that you start to miss it. I miss chasing students around Cwmbran High. I miss contacting home with parents, having conversations, just the day-to-day stuff I miss. Also in a fortunate position when you see people, I got friends who have not worked for 10 weeks. Fortunately, I'm in a position where I'm still working, therefore I'm still being able to pay the bills. A lot of my friends haven't got that. So a two benefit for me was realising how much I actually enjoy my job, the day-to-day running, and also seeing my friends who are less fortunate. So that's put things into perspective for me. Negatives. I don't know if you can tell, but my daughter, who's 13, has cut my hair twice. She hasn't done a bad job, but I can't wait to get to the barbers to do it properly. But in fairness, she's had a good go and she's left some on top, which I appreciated. Obviously, it's a difficult time for lots of people not being able to see friends and close family. Hopefully, with technology, things like Skype, I know Zoom's been very popular, Teams has been very popular. That has made it a little bit more easier to cope with, but not being able to see loved ones is obviously very, very difficult. For me, big negative as well is being out of routine. I'm a creature of habit, and that I like to be. This is what I'm doing on Monday, this is what I'm doing on Tuesday, this is what I'm doing on Wednesday. That's sort of gone out the window a little bit. I try to keep a structure as much as I possibly can, but like you guys, it's quite difficult when you haven't got a start time, end time, to do everything that you want to do, and as constructively and as positively as you do. Okay, so that's a little bit of thought for myself, both positive and negatives of where we're at. Obviously, I've not included the obvious ones. Far too many people are becoming victims of it. Far too many people have passed away. I think that's a discussion for after, when it all rocks up, what we could have done better, how we could learn from it to make sure that we don't lose 30,000 people in this way again. But that's a discussion for a further day. Please stay safe. Please keep active. Please keep doing little bits that you can, whether it's school or whether it's exercise, helping out on the house, etc. Reading a book. Watching documentaries, etc. to keep yourself busy, keep your mind ticking over, and hopefully see you very soon. Take care.